Hi, I'm Greg Hill for another Coffee with Greg. Today we're in Needville at the J Cafe, and I'm going to tell you, you don't need to be interested in what I have to say. You just need to come here and have some of this coconut cream pie. It's delicious, no question about it. All right, today we're going to talk about the national debt in a little bit more detail than what we have in previous messages and on the campaign trail. As you all know, the national debt is $23 trillion. It's our greatest threat, in my opinion, to America. The annual deficit last year was $1 trillion. This is not a Democrat or Republican thing. This is a thing that we all must encounter and face and try to do something to stop what is going to happen. The Democrats who are seeking to keep control of the House have got these programs and policies that they wish to put in place, such as Medicare for all, college tuition for all, mandated employment for all. These are things that you've heard from AOC's Green New Deal, Elizabeth Warren's Medicare for all. These programs are anywhere from $50 trillion to $94 trillion. As I said, the national debt was $23 trillion. That's more than double, in some cases more than quadruple, the current national debt. We can't afford something like that. So there's two ways that this could go. Either the Democrats win and they try to implement these programs, or we do nothing, Republicans or Democrats, and the same thing's going to happen. And what's going to happen is you're going to have higher taxes. You're going to have situations where families have to work more than one job. They have less money to spend on clothing and food, can't take vacations, because now you're talking about a tax rate of 65 to 67% to either sustain these new deal programs or to try to fight back what's coming. And so no one's doing anything about it. It's like having a credit card. And if you constantly spend more than what your max limit is on a credit card, or if you know you only make $30,000 a year, let's say, but you're spending $60,000 a year. If you're doing that over and over and over again, it's going to catch up to you. And that's where we are currently. And again, Republicans and Democrats need to do something. So what do we need to do? We need to cut spending. We need to have a balanced budget amendment. We need to take a look at things like the constitutionally mandated forms of spending that were required, such as defense, and these budgetary items that we should be focused on, and the bigger social programs. Let's rework those. Let's give back local control as it relates to Social Security or education. You know, let's scale down these departments, and let's put back in the hands of our local leaders the control and the ability to spend money accordingly. Statistics show that they're going to spend much less. They're going to do a better job than we would at the national level anyway. So those are important things, and it's something that we need to be looking at, because if we don't do something, then again, it's going to break us, and we're not going to be the country that we all know and love and have grown up. And people immigrate here for that very reason, because it's an America that we all want to keep as it is, with freedom and liberty and capitalism. And these are things that we must cherish. So we need to take the national debt seriously. It's a huge problem, and we have to focus on it today. We cannot wait any longer. All right, one other issue that I'd like to talk about before we finish today. It's a hot topic on immigration reform, dealing with birthright citizenship. It's going to be interesting going forward to see, because we have scholars on both sides of the fence. Some say that coming over here just to have a baby, automatically that baby becomes a United States citizen. Some say that's not what the Constitution says. Others have argued that's the way it's been for years. So if it's been like that for years, just because it's been like that for years, the question is, do we continue with that when there's no constitutional authority for such? So let's look at that and see how that transpires. That's going to be an interesting argument to see how that shapes up. Again, I think the most important thing that we need to be focused on, especially as Republican candidates, we need to be focused on preventing illegal immigration. Let's stop illegal immigration at the border with a wall, with more agents, with more judges, more technology, and let's look to help those that are coming here legally. It shouldn't be a situation where it takes several years for them to get their permanent residency, or they've got a visa and they're trying to bring family over. We don't want to be separating families. Let's help them bring their family over. Let's get the good people here, keep them here. Those that go to school here and get an education, it's silly that they have to go back to the country they came from when they want to stay here and work. They have to go back, and then oftentimes they don't come back. And so now they're competing against us. Let's do things like that to help folks that want to be here legally and want to pay taxes and want to make America what we are today. We're a melting pot filled with immigrants, and we should embrace that. And let's embrace those that want to do it the right way. Let's get the bad people out. Let's keep the bad people out. And let's keep the good people in and help the good people come back in. So thanks a bunch. I hope you join me next week for Coffee with Greg. All right, thanks again for being here with us today. As always, tell me what's important to you because it's important to me. Email me at coffee@electgreghill.com. We'll see you next week.